Hey YouTube. Uh, this is going to be a local pickups video for February 22nd. And what I've got here, I've got two coins. One is just a local pickups, and then another one is actually a newly graded coin that I just got back from a buddy. So I will call them both local pickups because I guess they are. So this is 41D Jefferson nickel. It's decently gold toned, and I always like the nickels from the 30s and 40s. They're struck pretty well, but this one has the full steps designation. That's the MS65S or FS is full steps. I got this thing pretty cheap, and this is a great example of why you always buy the coin and not the holder. Okay, so if you look, the holder up top is cracked up there, and if you look at the back, it's cracked as well. The coin itself is really nice. So 65 I feel like is the top grade for that this coin can have. The busted holder doesn't really bother me any. I mean, you can get them reholdered, but I don't know, on a Jefferson nickel that's not really needed or anything. But coin like this, a 41D, it's not rare by any means, but it'll bring $25. So I gave 10 bucks for this. 10 bucks for a full steps nickel from like World War II, pre-World War II really. So I thought that was a good deal, and it was funny the way it was advertised is rough holder, and you know they had it marked at 10 bucks, and the holder doesn't really mean anything. It's the coin, you know, you're honestly buying. So always remember, buy the coin, not the holder. The other thing, actually just got this back. This is one of my coins that I couldn't get an annex order together, get enough coins that were really worth sending, but I really wanted to send this in. And had a buddy that was sending some, and I said, well, let's just tag this along. And he threw it in there for me, and this is the 1796 flowing hair 1 cent penny, or just a penny, 1 center. And if you look, there's still, for being from 1796, lots of detail left. Now this one did get the details grade VG8, and it is corroded. The corroded part I wasn't real sure about. If you know anything about old coppers, you can kind of see the pitting there a little bit. They are pretty, I don't want to say lenient, but honest and open with grading these things. Because if you think just a copper penny from the 70s, what some of those can actually look like. This is, you know, considerably older than something we even see from the 70s, and it is in good shape for what it's probably been through. So 1796, if you think, obviously before the War of 1812, the United States is still trying to figure out who it is. This is before the Louisiana Purchase, which happened in 1803. I mean, we can just go through the history books here. The back is probably where it got marked down from a fine 12 to a VG8. Back does not have near the detail that the obverse does. But still, these coins are really hard to price as well. You don't really go by the book on these. You just, like a lot of stuff, and you've heard me say this before, you go by auctions. The auctions on these are all over the place with the 1796 Liberty Cap. A lot of them have details grades. I mean, if you can get on Heritage and check it out. Anything from good 4 up to fine 15. I would say a good 60%, 70% have some type of details grade. If it's not corroded, it's cleaned. I mean, it's a really, really old coin. Auctions are anywhere from $500 on this all the way up to about $1,200. It's $1,175 is the highest I could find. The most recent one in 2019 this coin was about $6.75. Okay, the ones that do not have details grades obviously get up there in the 8, 9 to 1,000, somewhere through there. This coin, with the corroded and the details and everything, I think is still, to me, I think it's worth $600. Some people might balk at that, but go try to find one. That's the deal. I've owned a couple 1796s. The first one I had it was already, when I bought it, it was already in a is it ICG? It was one of those different companies you don't see very often, one of those holders, and it was also a VG8, and I feel like it was a much poorer coin than this one. And back then I paid $300 for it, turned it for $400, and just called it a day. But this coin right here, I have, let me think, I have around $400 in it. So I actually bought it from a reputable online dealer that gave me a call on it because I told him that I was looking for something real old, and we worked out a price. And am I going to get rich off of it? Not at all, but it is something I'm going to keep in my collection and really teach from. I mentioned I'm a school teacher before, and in a history classroom, bringing in something from when this country was still a baby, it's pretty neat to do. But anyway, if you have any details to add or any comments, questions, please ask or comment or do what is needed. But oh yeah, real quick, the mintage on these, the mintage is 109,000 roughly. So I mean, back in 1796, I mean that's quite a few, really. They're not super rare in terms of old coppers, but the surviving population is probably pretty slim. But anyway, comment. Thanks for the watch.